Good afternoon. Today is Monday, February 7th, 2010. Welcome to the General Assembly meeting of the Student Senate of Johnson County Community College. I'll now begin by entertaining a motion to adopt last week's minutes after they are reviewed over by the Senate.
Motion to adopt last week's minutes.
Second.
All right, motion passes. And now we will take an adoption of this week's minutes and agenda, and from there on continue throughout the rest of the agenda.
Motion to adopt this week's agenda.
Second.
Okay. There will be all right. We'll now move on into our guest welcome. We'll start with Marvita Oliver and then move our way on down to Lindsay, and then we'll kind of go from there with our senators. Marvita?
Hi, I'm with BCAB Radio, and we just wanted to make sure we were on board with what's happening with the Student Senate, because we know there's going to be some exciting things going on.
Thank you. Welcome.
Oh, I'm Mindy Kinnaman, Student Senate Advisor.
Welcome.
My turn? Oh. I'm Mike, member of LE. Just check out the Senate again. Think about joining it.
And I'm Lindsay. I'm president LAE. Just checking it. He told me to come, so I came.
He's a smart man, so welcome to all of our guests. And then we'll also do an introduction of the senators very quickly, starting with Hoy, and then we'll move our way down this way over to Kevin. Just state your name.
All right, I'm Hoy, prospective senator.
Eric Mbati, senator.
Rochelle Hodges, Senator.
Lisa, Senator.
Jacob Hashem, Senator.
Dorothy Gaki, Senator.
Dr. Ochoa, senator.
Jeremy Walsh, secretary.
Immediate parliamentarian.
Corey Parrish, president.
John Kohler, Vice President. Amir Chalian, Treasurer.
Alicia Nichols, Senator.
Axel Matias, Senator.
Gina Galeno, Senator.
Zara Chaudhry, Senator.
Kevin Clark, senator.
Samuel Chagui, Senator.
All right, sounds great. I was doing phonetics there. We'll now go into our first item of business, which I'm very excited about, and everyone else is excited about as well, which is our team builder from our very own Mindy Kinnaman. So I'll now yield over 15 minutes to our advisor.
Hello. I'm gonna stand up here behind the podium because I'm actually really nervous about this.
There's no need to be nervous. We're all family.
Oh, so the thing I'm going to talk about with you guys today is active listening. Did you guys know that in a normal conversation, meeting, or anything like that, people only pay attention to 25 to 50% of what's being said?
What?
People only pay attention. I know. That means in an hour-long Senate meeting, people are paying attention to anywhere from 12 to 30 minutes of what we're talking about. Thank goodness we're recording. So, woo! There's a picture behind me. So, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. I'm going to pass out a handout. It is front and back. I'm going to start with the front. I'm not going to ask you guys to actually do the checklist, but look through some of the things that pop up on there. All of these are things that you should or should not be doing for active listening. And the biggest thing is, do you interrupt people? Are you, finding that your mind wanders off? Do you daydream, stuff like that? So look through this, answer those questions in your head, and if you're answering more yeses than no, then you probably need to work on active listening. I'm also not going to take the whole 15 minutes, by the way. So I'm going to talk first about some blocks to active listening. So these are things that are going on in your head and why you're not paying attention. The first thing, of course, is daydreaming. How many of you have found yourself wandering off and you have no clue what's being said of the person in front of you, and you're off in your little world? And notice my hand is raised. I have a really bad habit of thinking through like the next chapter of my novel. So yeah, I'm not paying attention sometimes. How many times do you find yourself as somebody's talking, preparing your response? What you're gonna say to them? Yeah. Or just filtering out what you don't want to hear. Like they're talking about something and you really could care less, and so you just stop listening. Or are you judging? Are you automatically, before they've even finished talking about their opinion, deciding whether or not you want to have anything to do with what they're saying? And then finally, the big thing is distractions. Corey tells everyone to turn off your cell phones at the start of the meeting. That's an external distraction. So it's people coming in and out late. But then there's internal distractions. If you've got a cold, if you're stressed out about a test, if you're worried about family issues. All of these things are blocks that help keep you from actively listening. Now the thing about active listening is it is not a skill that anyone just knows how to do. Nobody just says, I'm an active listener. You really have to work at it. And one of the funny things that I found, which is actually true, is if you are really listening intently, you should feel tired after your speaker has finished, because it's an active activity. I don't know if somebody's listening to the right words over here. So there are things that you can do. If you flip over your form, there are things that you can do to kind of help work on your active listening. One, of course, stop talking. Maintain eye contact with other people. And a big one is if you notice that your mind's starting to wander, shift your body. If you're having a one-on-one conversation with somebody and you're sitting down, lean forward. That actually shows the person that you're interested in what they have to say. If you're standing up, kind of shift just a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to back off. You don't want to cross your arms. Those are things that close yourself off. But just the action of shifting kind of forces you to pay attention to what's being said to the other person. Always maintain eye contact, really, because it's just rude. You know, be patient. Even if you're having a serious debate with somebody, listen to their entire argument. Be patient before you respond to what they're going to say, because you're not listening otherwise. You're too busy formulating that argument in your head. Don't interrupt. Even if they're having trouble finding a word, don't interrupt. You know, I may say, I'm really good at, oh, what's that word? You know, and I may try to ask for help, but if they're not asking for help, let them try to do it themselves, because otherwise you can actually help mess up their train of thought. You know, but the other things to do to show that you're actually listening, paraphrase what's being said to you. So if somebody is telling you about a meeting that's coming up, you know, just say back, okay, so we have a meeting Monday at 1 in my office, or, you know, whatever it may be. Reflection of feelings. Okay, you know, what you've told me makes me feel a little stressed out, because, you know, we've got a 12-page paper due tomorrow, and we've kind of slacked off on it. You know, whatever it is. Clarify what's being said. If you have a question, after they've finished talking, that's the time to ask your question. And then finally, body language again. Just pay attention to your cues, and pay attention to, oh, I'm getting nervous again. Pay attention to the cues that you're sending. You never ever want to like lean back, don't want to cross your arms. Even crossing your legs at times can show that you're closed off to another person. Things that I try to do, even in my office, is to lean on my desk and lean forward, so it shows that I'm paying attention to you. If you're sitting two people in a chair, like Alicia and I are sitting here and there's nothing between us, lean forward on your knees, you know, with your elbows or something like that. So it shows that you are engaged in what the other person is trying to say to you. Let me see. Yeah, that's all I have. Are there any questions? I have an activity, but to be kind of honest, I didn't know if you guys wanted to actually do one or not.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
it'd be wonderful.
Do you guys want to do one?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have you all break up into pairs. Everybody find a partner.
Mindy, can I be your partner?
Yes, you can be my partner.
And you too.
What you're going to do with your partner is you're just going to practice talking and listening. But I'm going to change it up. So the person on the left of the two of you, the first time you do this, I want that person to not listen at all. Close yourself off, you know, let your mind wander. And then see how much you're paying attention to what they're really saying. And then once you've done that, and just have a short little hi, my name is, my 3 favorite things are this, this, and this. And then repeat it again, actually listening the next time, paying attention, because you'll find that you actually will have a conversation as a result. Okay? So we'll take a couple minutes. Okay, we'll give it about another minute and then we'll wrap it up.
Weird, I learned a lot about each other.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you don't have it. Yeah.
All right, guys, let's come back together. Now, when you were having that initial conversation and the person was turned off, closed down, not paying any attention, did you find yourself getting really frustrated?
It was a mirror. It was any normal conversation.
Now, just imagine if you're the person who's trying to lead a conversation and you don't know whether or not the person's paying attention. If you show that mindfulness of paying attention and actively listening in your conversations, you'll see other people start to do it as well. And it just kind of feeds and feeds and feeds. And just remember, though, it's something that you will always be building upon in your life. So just keep working at it, keep being active. And I'm going to go through these 5 steps to becoming an active listener. I've already talked about them, but I'm just going to give you one last reminder before we go. 1, pay attention. 2, show that you were listening. 3, provide feedback. 4, defer judgment. And then 5, respond appropriately. Y'all feel like you can at least try to work on that a little further? Cool. And part of the reason why we wanted to do this here is because, well, this is the one place we probably need to listen outside of class. You definitely need to listen there. So, all right, thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, Mindy, for that wonderful leadership builder, team builder training. We really appreciate that, and we appreciate the service that you do for our Senate. There is actually 2 major items on the agenda that is not present on the agenda that I am going to add on. New senator elections are today, and also the Senate campus-wide committee appointments will be made today. We will take care of the campus-wide appointments now, and then we will move into the new senator elections afterwards. I may hold off on the new Senate elections until after open forum due to a a prospective senator with car troubles, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, try to get them here with the permission of the advisor and also with the permission of the rest of the Senate. So now we will yield over about 10 minutes for the appointments to the campus-wide committee and go on from there. Okay, Vice President, Mr. Treasurer, you can stand next to me, and then also get everybody else together. This is a duty which is exercised by just about every president. It's a duty that's very important and one that has not happened too many times in this Senate in my life, in my time as president. I want to say that when anyone goes onto a campus-wide committee, it is an honor, it is I would say probably a blessing, and also it is also a furthermore into leadership development. I believe that this builds strength, it builds character, and it builds leaders. And these past 2 weeks have been very difficult in trying to find which person is perfect to sit on these committees, but I think that we found them, and I'm excited to announce them. So as the senators who I've announced and who I've chosen to appoint to these committees, they already know who they are. But if they could come up here and receive their official proclamation from myself as Senate President, and then also return back to their seats, I think that's the way that we'll probably go through this, and then also continue on with the agenda. But I just want to say how proud I am of each and every one of the senators who have been selected to sit on campus-wide committees, and also the ones who have just the other senators in general. I want to read the proclamation in its entirety before I sign them over, and then hand them to the senators so that you all, as a whole, know what they say, with the Treasurer and the Vice President as witnesses. Today marks another great milestone in this Senate, and I am proud to present this proclamation to you in gratitude to your service, to our institution and community. As President of the Student Senate of Johnson County Community College, I am now exercising a constitutional provision which has been extended to me as dictated and outlined in Article 2, Section 2 in the Constitution, and it states, "It is the responsibility of the President to represent or appoint a representative to the campus-wide committees where official student voice is deemed advisable. These appointed representatives must be announced. That said, I, Corey Paris, Student Senate President, hereby appoint to the campus-wide committee effective noon on February 7th, 2011. It continues to say, it is hereby deemed that the senator serve on this committee for the duration of their term as student senator or their office to Johnson County Community College and to the community of Johnson County as a whole. This election may be voided should there be any reason unknown at this time of this appointment, and in the case, the President shall make another appointment to the committee. This also requires for the appointee to present the Senate at General Assembly meetings with updates to the work being completed at the hand of the committee. I, President Corey Paris, you have to do this, thank you for your sincere service once again, and I look forward to you moving forward our campus in your new role. I know that you will undoubtedly serve our Senate with dignity, honor, and professionalism to the highest standard. Thank you for continuing us help achieve the dream." Our first senator, I'm very excited about this one, and I think this is going to be a great fit. I am appointing hereby Senator Zara Chaudhry, to the Student Sustainability Committee, effective noon today, February 7th, 2011. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I know you'll do very well for us. I now move forward to hereby appoint parliamentarian Amir Bazadeh to the Student Sustainability Committee, effective noon, February 7th, 2011. You're welcome. I now appoint Senator Eric Mbadi to the Social Media Committee, effective at noon, February 7th, 2011. Senator? You did a great job. Thank you. There you go. I'm doing that now. It's nice paper.
Thank you.
I now appoint Senator Hoy Ho, as he is in his prospective Senate seat, but as he is elected today to a full, should he be elected today to his full term, being appointed to the Social Media Committee effective noon, February 7th, 2011. Senator, prospective Senator, please join us. Do well for us. This one's a very exciting appointment, and I'm proud to make this appointment for our very own Secretary Jeremy Walsh to the Social Media Committee effective noon, February 7th, 2011, and I know he'll make us very, very proud. Mr. Secretary. Proud of you. This one comes without any surprise because the Senator was very eager to join this committee. I appoint Senator Kevin Clark to the Student Media Board Committee effective 12 noon, February 7th, 2011. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Makes us proud. I now appoint Senator Maxwell Matee to the Student Media Board Committee effective noon, February 7th, 2011. Senator? Appreciate it. And last but not least, the committee that gave us the hardest struggle, but we finally found a senator who was willing enough to take over the committee, to take a spot on the committee, and a senator who I'm very proud of myself for so many reasons, Senator Rebecca Gotke, to the Student Substance Abuse Committee effective noon, February 7th, 2011. Thank you. I know you all, once again, will make us very proud, and we can't hear about the rest of the work that will go on in these committees as you report back to the rest of the Senate about what's going on, and I can't wait to hear of all the great things that you all will be taking part in. So thank you once again for your service, and I commend you on your work on behalf of our Senate. So with that said, I will now move on, and I will allow for the Vice President to entertain new Senator elections. Excuse me. I'll now yield the time over to the Vice President.
All right, so we have, is it 4 perspective? Three?
Yes, sir.
Raise your hand if you've been here for 3 in a row.
Okay. Natalie, as well.
All right, so what we will do now is just have you guys each stand up. We'll start with Silvana in the back, and just give us a little bit about why it is you want to join the Student Senate.
Well, I think I like the 3 meetings, and out of all that, I think I have a lot that I could give for the Senate and for school. I have participated in a lot of events and things for school, so I think it'll be a great opportunity.
My full name is Ho Hoijun. I feel that Student Senate is a really organized, one of the most organized student organization, and I really want to be part of it. And the scale is just, it involves everything that happens on campus or in the community. So I really want to get involved to the Senate so I can involve in every part of the community and the college. Mm-hmm.
I'm Natalie Van Man. First of all, I want to say sorry for being late. In high school, I carried a high GPA. I was involved in NHS and FCCLA and all this stuff. And I know you guys hear that, oh, I want to be a part of this and I want to be involved in school, but for me it's more than that. I get enjoyment out of being involved in this and the school and helping people out and voicing my opinion. And I think that I have a lot of background aspects that will benefit the Senate, and I'd be honored to be a part of it. Thank you.
Are there any questions for prospective senators? All right, if you three would please step out for the moment, and we'll have Eric let you back in once we deliberate.
That's a Let's take care of it.
We good?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Anyone have any comments about these three? I know some of you are familiar with a few of them through like International Club, so if you had any comments about their work ethics or anything?
I've had some experience dealing with Hoy on a personal basis outside of Senate, and based on a lot of the personality, the conversations that we've had, and kind of where I can see the attitude that he's conveying, I think that he's going to be a good asset to the Senate.
Wasn't he a scout leader in this country too?
Yeah, and
A couple
some of those
things
types of
that.
things
Yeah.
like that show the ability to be able to coordinate, organize, think ahead, plan ahead on things. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good quality to have here.
So we're Eric and then Amir.
I'll talk on Silvana. She is a very great person, great personality also. She also has great ideas on stuff that you might not think of. Maybe you have a meeting and she's the vice president of International Club, and whenever we have meetings, she never seems to run out of new ideas. So that's a very good thing to have in Senate.
Well, I don't know them on a personal basis, but from what I've heard from before and today, it seems like they have really interesting backgrounds and they really do voice their opinions. I think that's a really good contribution to the Senate.
And since no one's talked about Natalie,
Can I
sorry.
Can I speak on that?
Yeah.
I know her personally. We've had a few classes together. She's very intelligent, very confident. She definitely will take on a leadership role once she joins, and you guys won't be disappointed with her. Good person.
Well, I know both Natalie and Silvana. Silvana, I take most of my classes with her. She's a good friend of mine. She's really dedicated with everything she does, and she really puts a lot of effort on everything she does. She's very involved in campus, and Natalie has a very good personality, and she's pretty smart. So.
Yeah, I'm going to touch on real quick when you talk about the dedication thing. I noticed the same thing with Natalie, in that she was still a prospective senator and yet still came and attended my public relations committee meetings, even though she technically didn't have to. So that shows the point that she definitely is serious and interested in doing that. And I can't speak for the other two because I don't know what they have done or if they have done anything, but I do know that Natalie has done that, and that speaks a lot to me.
It seems like all three of them are very passionate about the school and, deeply want to get involved and are already involved and want to get involved more. So I think that's
I was going to say ambitious is
yes.
a word to describe all three of them. All right, so I guess we will now take votes. I don't know if I have their last names with me, but if we could just do it on a first name basis. So everyone.
Yeah, we need the quorum, so the majority will win.
Okay, so all those in favor for electing Hoy? All those in favor for electing Silvana? And then all those in favor of electing Natalie?
Senator,
Oh. all of them meet the quorum, and so you know what to do when they're let in.
Thank God we have to clap for all of them. Welcome, you all, 3 hour senators, and we're very proud to have you along with this, the rest of the Senate. And, Savanya, I'm going to ask for you to come over and sit with the rest of us, your family now, so you don't have to worry about sitting over there with those guests. Who we're always very happy to have there. I want to congratulate all 3 of you on your dedication and your hard work in these past 3 weeks, and I want to continue to see that progress on over the next couple of weeks, over the next weeks of the semester. And I know that you are going to make very fine senators and do very good jobs on behalf of the rest of our school and our community. So I thank you once again, and I congratulate you on your new positions and your new roles.
Thank you.
I want to quick second. And tell you guys, I'm going to send you guys an email with the table. It's a breakdown of all the Senate committee schedules, and ask that sometime before next Monday, you guys can respond, email it back. Natalie, I know that you're already doing PR. Just let me know which committee that you guys want to get involved in. Senate committee. Thanks.
Okay. With that said, we'll now move straight into executive board announcements. We'll start with the treasurer and work our way down. Mr. Treasurer.
All right, well, the budget committee is meeting this Thursday from 12 to 12:30, and we do have a room now. It's in COM 102. If you don't know where that is, just ask me and I'll show you. And our request comes from Invisible Children, and they're requesting it for Multicultural Night, which will be on April 1st. And it's going to be really interesting, so if you want to come and help us out with that, you're more than welcome. That's all I have for now.
All right, and then for Interclub Council, we meet today, Monday, every other Monday, from 5 to 6 in Rainier Center, room 145. And today we have a speaker, Tahir, coming. What's his name? Tahir. But you're coming to here if you do come. And what he'll be speaking about is Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We're trying to kind of get all the clubs and organizations kind of together to go help out with that. So if you're interested in hearing the presentation, he'll explain the program and also the requirements that would need to be met. Also, we have Kim coming from the Student Sustainability Committee, and she'll just be explaining the program and trying to pick up prospective people to join MIR, I guess.
That's all right.
And then also tomorrow is the Civility Committee. Mindy and me are a part of this, and I'd really like to have one other senator there to go on with us, so get a hold of me after this. But it would be tomorrow at 3 o'clock, so somebody find me after this Senate meeting and I'll explain more. That's all I have.
Mr. Parliamentarian.
Next Monday we continue with rules and conduct, and today was Green Committee and no one showed up. And just if you guys are interested in green, just sign up for that. You send us a sign up sheet out, and that's basically all.
Schedule.
Yeah.
Just a quick question, sorry, but when is the meeting?
Monday at 10.
Monday at 10, okay.
Mr. Vice President.
And I don't want to, I think we should incorporate that green's a very important color, especially after Green Bay won yesterday. Come on, guys. Need to be attending these things. She says.
After they won the Super Bowl in my team stadium.
It's the first time I have some winners there in a while, huh? Public relations, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:30 to 1. I have nothing else to announce with that. Mr. President?
With that said, scholarship will meet Friday. Service and fundraising met this previous Friday, and we got a lot done. So everybody's going to need a pen and pencil out for this because we're about to put the Senate to work. we are, as I said last week, in a budget crisis and a budget crunch, and we are needing to make money for the Senate funds as quickly as we possibly can. With that said, it has been the recommendation of not only of our committee, but also that recommendation made to our advisor that we go forward in hosting a fundraiser next week. It is very, very, very short notice, I understand that, but we had to get it through to the committee first to finish out all details. What will happen is that we will host a cupcake sale next week, and the Student Senate will have a table. I will allow for the advisor to give more information on that, but what I am asking, more so cannot stress enough from each and every other senator in here, is that we either put money towards, if you can, put money towards the ingredients that need to be made for these cupcakes, or if not, give money to go, bring in the ingredients for the cupcakes. And I will also allow for Mindy to give more information on that, and then I'll go into dates and we'll find a work schedule and get that all together. Mindy?
For those of you who went to Teresa's going away party, there were some cupcakes that were made that were Almond Joy. And the idea was to make different candy bar cupcakes and sell them for a little bit more than you would normally see a cupcake sell for, because they're a little more gourmet. So some of the cupcakes are going to be obviously Almond Joy. There's going to be Snickers, Peanut Butter Cup, Butterfingers, York Peppermint Patty, things like that. So that's it. Yes.
About how much money would be ideal for someone to contribute to something like that?
I have a lot of the general baking ingredients, so like flour and stuff. It'd be more like the stuff like almonds and the flavorings and stuff. I would just say even just a couple bucks would help, because and then also if you're just free on Sunday and want to help bake, you're more than welcome to help bake. Because each different candy bar makes about 25 cupcakes, and so it'll just be a little time consuming.
Thank you. And with that said, it is the priority of each senator to help out or to donate some of their time in whichever way they can towards this this group Senate fundraiser. And I understand that we will do very well with this. I have no doubt of that. And I know that you all won't let us down in showing up or in helping in any way that you possibly can. So there will be an email sent out first thing in the morning that you will receive it after we finish up with some loose end details with the rest of the committee through via email, telling you the rest of the details with prices, the table date, where the table will be, who needs to work when. We'll try to get a schedule going around so we can put everybody where they need to be at. But everybody needs to work at least one shift at the table for the fundraiser. So is that good with everyone? Okay. After that, the Senate has, the Service and Fundraising Committee has also made a recommendation that we sell shirts. Not our Senate shirts that we are all buying and purchasing, which the final day for that is today. But Thursday. Sorry. Sorry. I'm getting mine today. I apologize for that. But to create a general shirt, which would be sold by Student Senate and sold to the student body as a whole. That is very possible. We can do that. I have no doubt that not all of you senators can't sell at least 5 shirts to 5 people outside of Senate. What we need to do is just get a deadline date of when we would have the money in for the shirts to actually sell the shirts. Now, if you all would like to bring in some dates, if you would like to set a quote of how many shirts you plan on to sell, that's great. But we will finalize those details after we finish this fundraiser coming up next week in light of the Valentine's Day holiday. And last but not least, I think one that is going to make everyone very excited, and one that has made our Service and Fundraising Committee very proud themselves, is our Big Enchilada fundraiser, which we're planning towards April. We have not, we're still working on dates so we can coordinate to see which rooms we can get here. Renee, Kyle, and I were in conversation about that. But we are planning to host our first Mr. Cavalier pageant. And it may, hold on, it may sound cheesy, but to some who wanted to be Mr. Mustang in high school and never got the chance, you know, this is a great opportunity for us to boost revenue and also boost the morale of our student body in any way whatsoever. Okay. Anyone is able to make is able to go out for the Mr. Mustang, excuse me, Mr. Cavalier pageant. I did that all right as well. I think I get out of those high school days. For the Mr. Cavalier pageant, really what we'll probably do as a committee is set some standards for as far as GPA, what they'll need to meet, maybe a entrance fee that they will have to pay in order to get in, which won't be very expensive, but also what we see with this and how it can be very profitable is that the community will come out, their families will come out, the student body will come out, and not only that, the league will come out. And I think that this is going to be an opportunity to where we can make a tradition for the rest of the coming years ahead of us for other student senates to also follow. So if you would like to give your ideas and plan on that, I know Hector's going to, Alex is going to get a movie for one of his old pageants from his high school. I'm going to find one of mine, and we're going to look at it to see how we can kind of formulate this after we finish up some easy details. So I just wanted to give an update on that, and I do encourage some of you to really try to make it to the Green Rules and Conduct Committee. It is very important to our parliamentarian, as he is very green himself. And these are issues that he cares very passionately about, and I think that if anyone really wanted to be on it and you didn't have the time to be on it, the parliamentarian would work on you and changing the time so that you could be there to serve on the committee. But I do ask that some people try to reconsider that, to try to serve on the committee with the parliamentarian at his request. With that said, I don't believe I have too many more announcements. And I will now move over to the advisor announcements. Mindy?
Corey, did you announce that the town hall's canceled?
I have one more announcement. I think that was the advisor's announcement. In light of our snow days last week, which I know all of you enjoyed, and I know most of you were hoping for a third, I thought it'd be a little difficult with the PR committee and also with Interclub trying to coalesce together all of these clubs and organizations before Wednesday's town hall meeting. With the permission of the student, the executive board, I have canceled the town hall for Wednesday, February the 9th. Instead, we will begin our town hall series again in March and April, and the last one will be in May. So, no town hall on Wednesday. None of you have to go to that unless you'd like to go to the cat-fed room and sit in there for an hour. You're more than welcome to, but I pretty much guarantee the rest of us won't be there. And as far as that, I will now formally move it over to the advisory announcements. Thank you.
Just a reminder that the t-shirts, the money is due on Thursday. If you have special circumstances, like say you need to wait till payday on Monday or anything like that, come talk to me because I'd be more than willing to help you guys out. So if you do want to do that, you can stop by the CSI anytime during their hours. It's Monday through Thursday, 8 to 6, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Or like I said, if you have special circumstances, just stop by and talk. And that's all I have for announcements.
Right. We'll now move into open forum. Mr. Secretary.
I have a question about the t-shirts you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
These new t-shirts, are these school t-shirts that we're trying to make?
Yes.
And why are we trying to sell these? What is the money for? Can you explain
The
that?
money would go towards the Senate's budget, which we, I guess to put it simply, the money would go back to the Senate. We have, I think we can say this because it's very much fair and it's public information as is, permission of the treasurer. We have about 3 different budgets for the Senate, but they are all assigned to different areas. The budget that we're looking at is just for Senate to spend on Senate, and that budget has been depleted, not on our doing, but things had come up and we had to seek to those first. And so what we're trying to do is start to build up that structure again, and that money would go towards those shirts.
Can I help clarify?
Absolutely, please.
Every club and organization has an agency account, which is their fundraising account. This is our fundraising account. It's what we use when we have events like the Christmas or the Halloween events, where we're putting it on and we need to buy decorations or things like that. And then it's also what we use to pay for the t-shirts that we're buying for Senate. That's where the other half of the money comes from.
Mr. Secretary.
Anybody who has any ideas or designs for the t-shirts, who should they submit that to, and when do they need to have it in by?
Well, that's the thing that we're waiting on, because the Service and Fundraising Committee would need to finalize a date of when we would like the shirts to be ordered. With that, we would have a timeline set up prior to that, leading up to the date in which we would like the shirts to be ordered, and then afterwards we'll give you a date in which they would come in. So I would hold on at least until the 14th, which is next Monday, where until after the Service and Fundraising Committee can come up with that date for the rest of the General Assembly.
So just for like designs, do you want, is it just like a, hey, this is a student Senate t-shirt, or this is Johnson County t-shirt?
So Johnson County
Okay.
t-shirt, excuse me, go on.
And no, I just want to know, like, what are we selling?
It's a Johnson County t-shirt.
Yeah.
But it's being sold by the Student Senate. It's a very general shirt. The Student Senate shirts that we have now, we can't really, the recommendation had come from the senator, from Senator Clark. Not too many people are Senate enthusiasts as much as we are, maybe our parents and whatnot. We're not Trekkies, so we're not Senate, I don't know what you would call them. But still, I think a general shirt would be pretty easy for the rest of the student body to get along with.
Okay. And do you know what kind of price range we're looking at?
That would still probably go around, I would say about 15, yes sir, Mr. Vice President. But the thing is that we can't be for sure until after all the details are hashed out in committee. I understand that this is being sprung onto all of you, and maybe we should have held back on it, but I want you to be aware of what was going to happen. I just feel that with the Service and Fundraising Committee, we need to complete one fundraiser before we move into the next. So after we finish next week's fundraiser, we have the rest of the details set aside for you.
Who should we submit designs to?
That will be decided by the Service Fundraising Committee as to who will be the pinpoint person on that. But more than likely, we'll probably do the same thing as to how we came up with the design in Senate before with our Senate T-shirts. Thank you. Anything else? All right. I'm going to entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.